God wants us to go on these trips, and He's going to give you the way if you're willing to work for it a little bit.
I think God has prepared me a big thing through fundraisers, because I was very humbled by some of the fundraisers, and I think it was just like a starting point for me.
Hi, my name's Kelly, and I work here at Global Expeditions, and I just wanted to say that we are so excited for what God's going to be doing in your life through not just your mission trip, but even this process in the beginning of the planning and the preparation and the fundraising and everything that goes into actually getting you on the field. Every year we see thousands of students come onto this campus before they get sent all over the world, and every single one of them would tell you God's faithful. He's faithful, and if He called you, He's going to make a way.
I had to be kind of creative in my fundraising ideas.
I went door to door selling Sonic coupons, and I got the majority of my money from that.
With my parents' help, I sent out letters to pretty much everybody I knew.
We did a lot of dinners, so we would make a lot of food.
I made around $3,800 in candy.
We did pancake breakfasts, a couple car washes, a yard sale.
We had a garage sale, and in one day I raised over $2,000.
Someone would put a quarter in the jar and crack an egg on a head. And the first time we did that, I got $600 in 4 hours.
Being a single parent, I have had 3 daughters and been presented with the challenge of what to do when these children, they want their life to make a difference, and they choose missions as their way to impact lives. It presents a challenge when you have all 3 children wanting to go on mission trips. You're like, you expect the Lord to provide, and He does every time. But it also takes some good, resources and using your resources wisely. I took a look at these 101 ideas, sat down with my 3 daughters at the dinner table, and we picked our top 10 ideas that we thought would work best. The total amount we raised was just a few dollars short of $3,000. Once you get these ideas, pick out the ones that are right for your family. And you pick those ideas out and you implement those, and watch the Lord bless all of your efforts.
I was in high school and I was working at a coffee shop, and so every day I would come home and I just loved getting Snapple juices, and so I'd be bringing them home, and I would fill my kitchen with all these bottles, and I was like, why not just use them or something? And so one day I got this amazing idea from the Lord to peel the little wrappers off and paint them, and so I wrote "Change for Thailand," and I ended up getting a paint on it, and I love that part, being an artist. And then I just passed them out to friends all at school. They put them, I had teachers put them in classrooms. I had people put them next to their beds or in their kitchen. Spare change, you're not giving big amounts from your wallet and you're noticing the difference, but it collects over time. And I ended up, after gradually getting back all the jars, I ended up raising $500 to around $600 just from spare change. And so all I did was sat down one day and just rolled those little guys up and hand them into a bank, and I was able to get money for it. So that was really great.
The point of support letters is really just to get everybody that you know involved and on the trip by simply letting them know what you're doing. People are definitely interested in supporting missions. It's just a matter of letting them know what you're doing and how they can help you. When I went on my mission trip in 2007, I raised over $1,200 through support letters. I had a missionary one time who hadn't yet sent out his support letters because he didn't think they were going to be that effective. And he had 4 days until he had a major deadline, and he had $0. And I asked him if he had gotten his support letters out yet, and he had told me no. And so I was like, okay, go buy envelopes, go buy stamps, get your support letters out. And he did, and in one response to the support letter, he got a $500 donation. So it's just a matter of asking people you wouldn't even expect necessarily to give, invite them to take part in what you're doing on your trip. Because even if they can't support you financially, prayer is just as needed.
I had 2 girls that are my friends from back home go to Uganda this summer as well, and they set up this big spaghetti dinner. They set this whole thing up and had it at their church and in their little gym area. They had everybody, and it was by donation only, so they didn't charge anybody a base cost when they first came in. The people joined right in. On top of the donation of going into the door, they held a love offering and did that. And then after everybody was done eating, they made one last announcement and they said, hey, if anybody wants to join some more fun with us, you can come onto the back of the room. We've got a mat set up and we've got eggs. And if you'd like to donate more money, you can crack eggs on our heads. So these girls, all in all, had this whole event going. By the time that the event was done, they ended up raising a little over $8,000. What the heck, right? Something really important is to contact not only your church, but you want to contact the churches around you. There's a ton of local churches that are willing to support missionaries, but how are they going to support you if they don't know what you're doing? It's incredible because the word gets out and people are like, oh yeah, spaghetti, sweet, I love spaghetti, or chili, for example. And another cool thing that I would recommend is don't make all the food yourself. It's a pain, and it's not worth the time when you can get sweet little old women to make the food for you. So you make the announcement in church and you say, hey, if there's anybody that can help me that would be interested in making food for my spaghetti dinner, or if you'd like to come up with pies. Women love to make pies and cakes, and I'm telling you, people buy them.
I'm a musician, so I got some of my friends in bands and we made this benefit concert with a bunch of people.
And that goes for anything. If you know how to cook, that's what I do. You know, cook, have a dinner. If you, if you're a skateboarder, do a skateboarding show. If you sing, you could do a little concert. But the important thing is to be on fire for your country, and be sold out for your country and what God wants you to do, and other people will see that.
If He's called you, He's going to make a way, but we have to include Him. And a lot of times we stand in faith to see miracles on the field, but we don't want to see the miracles in the preparation process. And God wants to do a miracle, and He will.
We know you're busy. We know you have busy lives and jobs, and resources can sometimes be limited. And all it takes is just some prayer and giving people the opportunity to support you because they really, really want to help you.
And He's someone He always provides, even if it's not how we thought He would provide.
And He definitely will provide, and sometimes we just have to go that extra step and put ourselves out there.
It's not impossible. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I could do it, I always say this to a lot of people from the U.S. I'm like, I am from Panama, third world country, okay? You've been exposed to other things that I haven't. And if I can do it being from, like a lesser country per se, what qualifies me more than you? What makes me more special? Nothing.
Here at Global Expeditions, we want to do everything that we can to help you so that your fundraisers are a success. There's a couple different resources that we want to make available and we want to make sure that you know about. The first thing is a fundraising guide that we've actually created. Now, it doesn't necessarily go through fundraising ideas, but it talks a little bit more about some fundraising principles and some different things that you should consider at the beginning stages and when you're starting and actually creating a fundraising strategy. You can go online and you can download that off of our website. That's also included in your fundraising kit. Another thing is actually just 101 different fundraising ideas. I know sometimes you're willing to put the work into it and you're excited, but you don't necessarily know where to start. You've seen a couple different fundraising ideas through this video, but we have a surplus of many different ideas. These ideas are actually all ideas we've collected from different students who have gone on their trips. They've sent them in, they've told us this is what we've done, this has been successful. So we have lots of different ideas that different students like you have tried and they've found to be successful. And lastly, really what I think is most important is actually your regional representative. When you're accepted to go on a trip, you're going to begin working with a representative and their whole purpose is just to help you and make this process as easy as possible. They're a fundraising expert. If you need any help, any ideas, brainstorming power, whatever it is, there's actually somebody from our office that wants to work with you and your family through this entire process. And again, just know that we're excited to see what the Lord's going to do through you and in your life.